Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. Now, today we're going to be talking about Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. Now, my relationship to this film is, there's not really much to it. It's kind of like mostly a lot of other movies. I didn't see this in the theater. I rented it when it came out, and I remember buying the Blu-ray on Black Friday the year it came out because it was like super cheap, like something like $3 or something like that. And that, of course, was for the Blu-ray, so I wasn't going to turn that down. I didn't remember much about it, and I haven't seen it since I actually rented it because I actually took it out of the wrapper to watch it for Positive Spin. So let's put a positive spin on Truth or Dare. Now, this has a really interesting premise, and the more I got into the film, the more it reminded me of Final Destination. This is basically this basically could have been a sequel to Final Destination or a new kind of a branching out a new way of doing Final Destination. Even right down to who's next in the who's taking the next turn as far as the game Truth or Dare. It's a supernatural slasher where a demon is kind of picking off people one by one. Just to give kind of a generalized um, synopsis. I like how they trick her into going to Mexico. And of course, this is spring break. She was going to do Habitat for Humanity. That's the lead character, of course. And then her best friend kind of tricks her into going to um, Mexico with them. I mean, not tricks, but kind of pressures her, and yeah. She was never supposed to be there in the first place, kind of like Clerks. But it has a great young cast. I'm going to try to remember everyone from it. I know they had the kid from Teen Wolf, the series, Lucy Hale, who, of course, Joe had to tell me who she was. She's from Pretty Little Liars and I believe Scream 4. You have Landon Liberon, and of course I remember him from Degrassi. You have the guy that plays uh, the daughter's husband now on the Goldbergs. Just a really, really good young cast. The main kid from Never Back Down. I mean, this has a really pretty extensive cast. Um, Carter is Landon Liberon, and he's the one that actually brings them to this place in order to dump the game on them. It's one of those things, kind of like It Follows, where if he introduces people to the game, more people can play. So then he won't die until all the other people die. Kind of along the same lines. So it's kind of a mix between It Follows and Final Destination. The eyes and the smile is creepy at first, and then it gets a little silly. So I guess I can understand why some people really didn't like this one. But the more the movie went along, the more it seemed fitting, if that makes any sense. Just to me. I mean, other people may differ in opinion, but to me. I like that she is the only one seeing things at first, seeing the faces and the eyes, and and that of course is our main character, Lucy Hale. The humor, and this is kind of weird. This is another reason why I think maybe people had a problem with this one. The humor at times overshadows what's supposed to be so disturbing or scary, and it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. Actually, I thought it was kind of an interesting uh, dynamic, I guess, because I found myself laughing out loud even as they were, you know, killing themselves. But I don't know. It just, yeah. Tyson's death was really good. He was the one that took the pen to the eye. I thought that was really cool, uh, considering what his pen meant to him. You'd have to watch the movie to get that. It's very similar to Final Destination, of course, I said before, but that deserves repeating, because if there's so many people who like Final Destination, I kind of don't understand the hate for this movie. Now, there is a twist in the middle of the film where they tried to do another truth, but they couldn't, because you find out that there's two truths in a dare, which is a rule that was kind of changed midway throughout the film, and I thought that was a cool way to kind of keep things honest. Marky and her dad on the phone was just sinister. And this leads me to my next point. There is some really, really mean spirited stuff in this movie, and I was kind of all about it. I don't know. I just thought it was just, I was all in. And this has a fantastic ending, which I thought was incredibly intelligent. And this movie made a crap ton of money. I mean, for a $3,500,000 budget, it made almost $100 million. I don't understand why we didn't get sequels. I know a lot of people crap talk it. Maybe that's why. I'm not really sure. But that has been my positive spin on Truth or Dare. Don't forget to check out Joe's video, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.